Welcome to Dreamy Facts. As the day gently recedes, we invite you to settle into a space of calm contemplation, allowing the world to quiet around you. Tonight, we embark on a journey through archaeological facts, exploring approximately 100 fascinating insights that reveal intricate patterns, subtle wisdom, and profound beauty within the human past and the rigorous discipline dedicated to uncovering its secrets. There is no pressure to remember or retain these details. Rather, let them wash over you like a gentle tide. Instead, allow them to unfold naturally, inviting your mind to settle into a state of peaceful curiosity, a quiet exploration of time. This journey is designed to be a soothing experience, a gentle current of knowledge flowing without demanding effort or attention. We will observe the intricate dance of human interaction with their environments across millennia, the subtle adaptations of cultures in response to changing landscapes, and the quiet wisdom embedded in the material remains they thoughtfully or inadvertently left behind. Each fact is a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human history, a glimpse into lives lived long ago, presented in a calm and meditative tone, allowing your thoughts to drift and find stillness. Allow the gentle rhythm of these discoveries to guide you towards a state of deep relaxation, inviting a sense of wonder and peace as you prepare for rest. The echoes of the past can be profoundly calming, connecting us to a timeless human story. If you're finding peace in this journey, a like and subscribe helps us continue creating these restful explorations. And we're always curious. Share in the comments what city and time zone you're watching from. There's something special about knowing this experience is reaching people all over the world as they prepare for rest. As we begin our exploration, we turn our attention to the very essence of archaeology itself. This chapter unveils the fundamental principles and initial steps involved in understanding the human story through its material traces, inviting a quiet appreciation for the meticulous work that brings the past to light. Archaeology, as a scientific pursuit, focuses on understanding human activity through the recovery and analysis of material culture. It differs significantly from paleontology, which studies fossilized remains of ancient life, whereas archaeology specifically examines human past, from the earliest hominins to more recent historical periods. Archaeologists seek to reconstruct daily life, societal structures, belief systems, and environmental interactions of past populations. Research shows that archaeology is inherently multidisciplinary, drawing upon fields such as anthropology, geology, history, and various natural sciences to piece together narratives. The ultimate goal is not merely to find ancient objects, but to interpret human behavior and cultural evolution over vast stretches of time, often extending far beyond the reach of written records. Current understanding suggests that archaeology provides a unique, tangible link to lives lived long before us, offering silent testimonies from bygone eras. A cornerstone of archaeological practice is the principle of context, which refers to the precise location and association of an artifact or feature within an archaeological site. Evidence indicates that an object's context provides crucial information about its age, function, and relationship to other items and the surrounding environment. Without context, an artifact is essentially a curiosity, stripped of its interpretive value, losing much of its scientific power. For instance, a pottery shard found on the surface offers far less insight than the same shard meticulously excavated from a sealed layer alongside other artifacts, charcoal and structural remains, all of which contribute to its story. Archaeologists understand that disturbance of context, whether by natural forces or human activity, significantly diminishes the scientific potential of a site. This emphasis on relational data underscores the methodical nature of archaeological excavation, where precise recording of every item's position is paramount. Archaeological sites are not static time capsules, but dynamic accumulations shaped by complex formation processes. These processes are broadly categorized as cultural and natural. Cultural formation processes include original human activities like deposition, discarding tools, burying the dead, reuse of materials, or deliberate destruction of structures. Research shows that even the abandonment of a settlement is a cultural process, as structures decay and objects are left behind in specific patterns. Natural formation processes, conversely, involve environmental factors such as sediment deposition by wind or water, animal burrowing, root growth from plants, and chemical decomposition of organic materials. For example, a sudden flood can rapidly bury a settlement, preserving it for millennia, while prolonged exposure to weather can erode a site completely, leaving little trace. Understanding these processes is vital for archaeologists to interpret what they find. Distinguishing between human-made patterns and natural disturbances, before excavation, archaeologists conduct systematic surveys to locate and identify potential sites. This often involves non-invasive techniques to minimize disturbance to the landscape and its hidden history. Ground surveys include walking transects across landscapes, looking for surface scatters of artifacts, subtle changes in vegetation that might indicate buried structures, or slight mounds and depressions. Remote sensing technologies have revolutionized discovery methods. For instance, aerial photography and satellite imagery can reveal ancient field systems or buried settlements not visible from the ground, often through subtle color or texture variations. Geophysical methods such as ground-penetrating radar GPR or magnetometry can detect subsurface features like walls, hearths, or ditches by measuring variations in soil properties. Scientists have observed that a multi-pronged approach combining historical research, local knowledge, and advanced technology is often most effective in discovering new sites, painting a more complete picture before the shovel even touches the earth. Once a site is identified and deemed worthy of further investigation, controlled excavation begins. This is a destructive process by its very nature, meaning that once a layer is removed, it cannot be put back. Thus, meticulous recording is essential to preserve the information. Archaeologists generally agree on the use of grid systems, dividing the site into measurable units, to maintain precise spatial control over all finds. Layers or strata are carefully removed, often by hand, with tools ranging from broad trowels to delicate dental picks, ensuring minimal damage to fragile remains. Every artifact, ecofact, and feature is precisely mapped, photographed, and recorded in detailed field notes and digital databases. Scholars debate the optimal speed and scale of excavation, balancing the urgent need for data recovery with preservation concerns and ethical considerations regarding unearthing cultural heritage. The overarching goal is to systematically dismantle the site in reverse chronological order, documenting each step thoroughly. Archaeological evidence is primarily categorized into artifacts and ecofacts. Artifacts are objects that have been made, modified, or used by humans, providing direct evidence of human culture and technology. Examples include pottery shards, expertly crafted stone tools, delicate jewelry, the remnants of structures, and ancient hearths used for cooking or warmth. The careful analysis of artifacts can reveal information about manufacturing techniques, extensive trade networks, social status indicators, and symbolic meanings embedded in their design. Ecofacts, on the other hand, are natural remains that are found at an archaeological site and have cultural relevance, but were not manufactured by humans. These include animal bones from meals, plant remains like seeds or pollen, and soil samples that can indicate past environmental conditions. Evidence indicates that ecofacts offer crucial insights into past environments, diet, climate, and human subsistence strategies, complementing the cultural information derived from artifacts. Together they paint a comprehensive picture of past life. Dating archaeological finds is fundamental to understanding chronology and the trajectory of cultural change. Relative dating methods establish the sequence of events without providing a precise calendar age, offering a before and after relationship. Stratigraphy is a primary relative dating technique based on the principle that in undisturbed layers, the deeper strata are older than the shallower ones. This principle, known as the law of superposition, is a geological concept applied directly to archaeological contexts, assuming layers accumulate over time. Seriation is another relative dating method, where artifacts are ordered chronologically based on changes in their stylistic attributes or frequency of occurrence within different assemblages. For instance, pottery styles often evolve over time, allowing archaeologists to arrange collections from different sites or layers into a relative sequence, observing trends in popularity and design. While not yielding absolute dates, these methods are crucial for establishing the initial chronological framework of a site and its contents. These foundational concepts reveal the careful, deliberate nature of archaeology, a discipline built on respect for context and the slow, patient unfolding of time. As we delve deeper, we carry this understanding of meticulous discovery, allowing the ancient echoes to gently resonate within us. As the gentle currents of relative time begin to settle within your mind, allow your awareness to drift further, to deeper waters where the precise rhythms of the past are measured with quiet exactitude. We now invite you to contemplate the methods by which we assign more specific ages to the echoes of lives lived long ago, moving from the relative sequence of events to the absolute markers of time. Let these concepts wash over you like a gentle tide, carrying with them a sense of the immense precision and careful dedication that define the archaeological endeavour. We turn our gaze now to absolute dating methods. Those remarkable scientific techniques that provide calendar dates or numerical ranges for archaeological materials. They offer a tangible anchor in the vast ocean of prehistory, allowing us to map human journeys with ever-increasing clarity. One of the most widely recognized and transformative of these methods is radiocarbon dating, often referred to as carbon-14 dating. Imagine, if you will, every living organism as a delicate sponge, absorbing various forms of carbon from its environment, including a tiny unstable isotope called carbon-14. While the organism lives, The balance of carbon-14 remains constant, but the moment life ceases, this absorption stops, and the carbon-14 begins its slow, predictable decay back into nitrogen-14. We measure this decay, knowing its half-life. The time it takes for half of the carbon-14 to transform is approximately 5,730 years. By carefully measuring the remaining carbon-14 in an organic sample, such as wood, charcoal, bone, or seeds, we can calculate how long ago that organism died. Allow this fascinating principle to unfold within your mind, a testament to the subtle clocks ticking within nature itself, offering us a window into the past, typically ranging from a few hundred years to around 50,000 years ago. Feel the quiet wonder of this scientific marvel, allowing its precision to soothe your thoughts. Beyond the organic realm, other absolute dating methods extend our reach even further. Consider dendrochronology, the science of tree ring dating. Each year, a tree grows a new ring, and the width of this ring is influenced by environmental conditions like rainfall and temperature. Over centuries, these patterns of wide and narrow rings create unique, identifiable sequences. By matching the ring patterns of archaeological wood samples to master chronologies built from living trees and ancient timber in a specific region, we can pinpoint the exact year a tree was felled. Imagine the meticulous work of assembling these vast timber calendars, each ring a silent witness to a season long past, speaking to us of ancient structures and the precise moments of their creation. This method offers unparalleled accuracy, sometimes down to the very season, provided suitable wood is preserved. For sites of truly ancient human activity, particularly those associated with early hominins, we often look to techniques like potassium-argon dating. This method is particularly useful for volcanic rocks, which frequently encapsulate older archaeological layers. It measures the decay of radioactive potassium-40 into argon-40 gas over vast spans of time, allowing us to date materials millions of years old. Envision the slow, inexorable march of geological time, revealed through the atomic clocks within the very stones of the earth, guiding us to the earliest chapters of the human story. And then, for materials like fired pottery, burnt stone, or even sediments, we employ thermoluminescence, TL, or optically stimulated luminescence, OSL, dating. These methods rely on the fact that certain minerals, when exposed to radiation from the surrounding soil, trap electrons over time. When these materials are heated, like when pottery is fired, or exposed to light, as with buried sediments, the trapped electrons are released, emitting a faint glow. By measuring this luminescence, we can determine how long it has been since the material was last heated or exposed to sunlight. Picture the hidden energy within these ancient objects, patiently waiting for light or heat to reveal their age, offering us a serene glimpse into the creation of ancient ceramics or the deposition of ancient landscapes. As these diverse methods of timekeeping settle gently in your awareness, we invite you to shift your focus from when things happen to where they happened, and the rich variety of places where the human story unfolds. Let your mind drift through the different types of archaeological sites, each a unique window into a specific facet of past human existence. We begin with settlement sites. The villages, towns, and cities where people lived, loved, worked, and raised their families. These are often the most complex and expansive sites, revealing the intricate details of daily life, domestic architecture, food preparation, craft production, and social organization. Imagine the quiet hum of an ancient village, the sounds of conversation, the smell of wood smoke, the rhythm of daily chores, all subtly imprinted upon the earth, waiting for us to uncover their patterns. From the humble shelters of early hunter-gatherers to the sprawling metropolises of ancient empires, settlement sites offer a profound connection to the rhythm of human existence. Then there are cemetery and burial sites, places of reverence and remembrance. These sites offer invaluable insights into the spiritual beliefs, social hierarchies, and health of past populations. The careful placement of bodies, the inclusion of grave goods, and the construction of elaborate tombs speak volumes about how societies honoured their dead and understood the transition between life and afterlife. Allow yourself to ponder the universal human impulse to mark and remember, to care for those who have passed, and consider the quiet dignity of the stories revealed by these ancient resting places. Our journey also takes us to ritual and ceremonial sites, places specifically designated for sacred practices, communal gatherings, and expressions of belief. These might be temples, megalithic monuments, rock art shelters, or sacred landscapes. They reveal the profound spiritual dimensions of human experience, the shared cosmologies, and the collective actions that bound communities together. Imagine the hushed reverence of a sacred space, the echoes of ancient chants, the visual power of symbolic art, all reaching across time to touch our modern consciousness. Beyond these major categories, we also encounter activity areas, or specialized sites, which focus on particular tasks. These might include ancient quarries where raw materials were extracted, workshops where tools were crafted, kill sites where animals were butchered, or agricultural fields. Each offers a focused lens on specific economic activities, technological processes, and resource management strategies of past societies. Picture the rhythmic strike of a flint knapper shaping a tool, the careful tending of ancient crops, the shared labour that sustained communities, and sometimes the past rests beneath the waves. Underwater archaeological sites encompass shipwrecks, submerged cities, and ancient harbours. These sites present unique challenges, but also offer extraordinary preservation conditions, often shielding organic materials from decay due to the lack of oxygen. Imagine the silent majesty of a shipwreck, a time capsule resting on the seabed, holding stories of ancient voyages, trade, and maritime life. Allow your thoughts to drift into these submerged worlds where time seems to stand still. As we gently surface from our exploration of sites, we now invite you to consider the very essence of what we find within them, the material culture itself, and how we learn to read its silent language. Let your mind open to the meticulous processes of analysis that transform mere objects into profound narratives. We begin with lithic analysis, the study of stone tools. From the earliest choppers to finely flaked arrowheads, stone tools represent humanity's longest-running technological tradition. Archaeologists meticulously examine the raw material, the techniques of manufacture, such as flint knapping, where precise blows remove flakes to shape a core, the types of tools, scrapers, blades, projectile points, and signs of use-wear. Imagine the skilled hands of an ancient artisan carefully selecting a stone striking it with purpose and transforming it into an instrument that extended human capabilities. These tools tell us about hunting strategies, food preparation, woodworking, and the cognitive abilities of our ancestors. Next, we turn to ceramic analysis, the study of pottery. Once humans discovered how to transform clay with fire, a vast new medium for expression and utility emerged. We examined the clay composition, the tempering agents, materials added to prevent cracking during firing, manufacturing techniques, coiling, slab building, wheel throwing, firing temperatures, vessel forms, bowls, jars, plates, and decorative styles. Pottery provides a rich tapestry of information about daily life, cooking practices, storage, social identity, trade networks, and artistic traditions. Picture the vibrant patterns and practical forms of ancient pots, each one a tangible link to the hands that shaped it and the meals it held. Our journey through material culture also encompasses the analysis of organic remains, which, when preserved, offer incredibly intimate glimpses into past lives. Faunal analysis, or zooarchaeology, is the study of animal bones found at archaeological sites. By identifying species, determining age and sex, and observing butchery marks or evidence of burning, we reconstruct ancient diets, hunting and herding practices, domestication processes, and even the environmental conditions of the past. Imagine the rich biodiversity of ancient landscapes, the relationship between humans and animals, and the sustenance derived from these interactions, all encoded within fragmented bone. Similarly, floral analysis, or paleoethnobotany, focuses on plant remains. This includes macrobotanical remains like seeds, nuts, and charcoal, as well as microscopic evidence like pollen and phytoliths, tiny silica bodies from plants. These tell us about ancient diets, agricultural practices, the gathering of wild plants, environmental reconstruction, and even the use of plants for medicine or textiles. Allow your thoughts to drift to ancient gardens, wild food foraging, and the deep knowledge our ancestors held about the plant world. And perhaps most directly we encounter human remains analysis, or bioarchaeology. The study of ancient human skeletons and mummified remains provides profound insights into the lives of individuals and populations. From these remains we can determine age at death, sex, evidence of disease, trauma, nutritional deficiencies, and even clues about diet through isotopic analysis of bone. Advances in ancient DNA, a DNA analysis, can reveal genetic relationships, population movements, and ancestral health conditions. Imagine the quiet dignity of these ancient bodies, each a library of personal history, offering a direct, albeit silent, connection to our shared human lineage. As we absorb the diverse ways in which archaeologists coax stories from the past, it is important to acknowledge a fundamental truth. Not everything survives. This brings us to the concept of was preservation, and the study of Gehr's taphonomy. Preservation refers to the conditions that allow archaeological materials to endure over time. Inorganic materials like stone, ceramics, and some metals tend to preserve well under most conditions. However, organic materials, wood, textiles, leather, bone, plant remains, are far more fragile. They require specific environmental conditions to avoid decay, extreme dryness, like in deserts, extreme wetness, like waterlogged bogs or submerged sites, or extreme cold, like permafrost. These anaerobic, oxygen-free or desiccating environments halt or drastically slow the processes of decomposition. Taphonomy, then, is the study of the processes that affect organic remains from the moment of death to the moment of discovery by an archaeologist. It investigates how natural and cultural factors, such as burial, decay, erosion, scavenging by animals or human modification, transform and bias the archaeological record. Understanding taphonomy is crucial for interpreting what we find, helping us distinguish between what was originally there and what has survived, and why. Imagine the long, slow dance of decay and preservation, the delicate balance of forces that determine what fragments of the past are granted to us. As these intricate details of archaeological practice settle within your mind, allow yourself to appreciate the profound patience and scientific rigor involved in reconstructing the human story. We move from the vastness of time to the specificity of place, from the tangible object to the invisible forces that shape its survival. Feel the gentle unfolding of knowledge, not as a burden to be memorized, but as a quiet revelation, inviting you to connect with the deep currents of human experience. Let these facts, these echoes of material whispers, continue to soothe your spirit as we prepare to journey deeper into the vast tapestry of archaeology. Rest now in the quiet understanding that every fragment holds a story, and every story connects us to the enduring mystery of our shared past. As the echoes of ancient methods and diverse sites gently fade, we invite you now to drift deeper, past the meticulous classifications and precise measurements, into the very heart of archaeological endeavour, the delicate art of interpretation. We have journeyed through the what and the how of discovery. Now we turn our quiet attention to the why and the what it means. Allow these concepts to wash over you, not as demands for memorization, but as soft whispers from the past, inviting reflection. The raw data, the artifacts, ecofacts and features carefully extracted from their contexts, painstakingly dated and analysed, these are but fragments, silent witnesses waiting for their stories to be told. It is here, in the realm of interpretation, that the archaeologist moves from the role of a meticulous gatherer to that of a thoughtful storyteller, weaving together disparate threads into a coherent narrative of human experience. This is not a simple task, for the past speaks to us in riddles, and its voice is often faint. To bridge the chasm of time, archaeologists rely on a framework of archaeological theory. Imagine theory as a lens through which we view the past. Just as different lenses can highlight various aspects of a landscape, some emphasizing the distant mountains, others the intricate details of a nearby flower, so too do different theoretical approaches bring specific questions and understandings to the fore. Some theories might guide us to focus on the environmental pressures that shaped a community's choices, while others might direct our gaze towards the symbols, beliefs, and social structures that gave meaning to their lives. We understand that human societies are complex, multifaceted entities, and no single lens can capture their entire essence. Therefore, archaeologists often employ a rich tapestry of theoretical perspectives, allowing for a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of the lives lived long ago. It is this intellectual curiosity, this constant questioning and re-evaluation, that breathes life into the silent stones and broken pots. One of the most powerful tools in this interpretive toolkit is analogy, a way of understanding the unknown by comparing it to the known. When we encounter an ancient tool or structure whose function is not immediately apparent, we might look to present-day or historically documented societies for clues. This comparative approach takes several forms, each offering a unique pathway into the past. Consider ethnoarchaeology, a fascinating sub-discipline where archaeologists study living cultures to understand how material culture is created, used, and discarded today. By observing how contemporary communities organize their settlements, fashion their tools, manage their waste, or perform their rituals, we gain invaluable insights into the processes that form the archaeological record. For instance, studying a modern hunter-gatherer group's patterns of camp layout and refuse disposal can help us interpret similar patterns found at a 10,000-year-old campsite. It is a gentle reminder that while technology and specific cultural practices may change, certain fundamental human behaviors, the need for shelter, for food, for social interaction, often leave comparable traces in the material world. We are not suggesting that ancient people were identical to modern ones, but rather that observing the present can illuminate the principles of interaction between people and their material world, offering plausible scenarios for the past. Then there is experimental archaeology, a hands-on approach that invites us to step into the shoes of our ancestors. Here, archaeologists might recreate ancient tools using traditional methods, construct replica dwellings, or even attempt to process food using prehistoric techniques. Imagine the quiet patience required to knap a flint blade, to fire a clay pot in an open pit, or to build a wattle and daub hut. Through these experiments, we gain a deep, embodied understanding of the skills, time, and resources required for various ancient activities. We learn about the efficiency of a particular tool, the durability of a building material, or the subtle nuances of an ancient craft. These experiments are not merely academic exercises. They provide concrete data on feasibility, effort, and outcome, allowing us to make more informed inferences about the technological capabilities and daily lives of past peoples. They connect us to the physical realities of their existence, allowing a quiet appreciation for their ingenuity and resilience. All these interpretive strategies, from theoretical frameworks to analogical reasoning, circle back to the foundational principle we explored in our first chapter. Context. We revisit it now with a deeper appreciation for its profound significance. It is not enough to simply find an object. We must understand its precise location, its relationship to other objects, to features, and to the layers of earth that envelop it. A single arrowhead, removed from its context, is merely a beautiful stone, but an arrowhead found embedded in the ribs of a bison skeleton within a specific stratigraphic layer near the remains of a hearth suddenly transforms into a vivid fragment of a hunting story, offering clues about diet, technology, and perhaps even the season of the hunt. This intricate web of relationships is what allows us to reconstruct not just individual events, but entire ways of life, providing a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human history. As we gently pull back from the intellectual pursuit of understanding, we recognize that archaeology carries with it profound responsibilities. The past is not merely a collection of data points, it is a shared heritage, a legacy that belongs to all of humanity, and often, most directly, to descendant communities. This brings us to the crucial realm of ethics and stewardship. The rapid pace of modern development, the construction of roads, buildings, pipelines, often threatens to erase the fragile traces of the past before they can be understood. This is where cultural heritage management, CRM, often referred to as contract archaeology, plays a vital role. In many countries, laws are in place requiring archaeological surveys and excavations to be conducted before development projects can proceed, especially on public lands or with public funding. CRM archaeologists work diligently to identify, assess, and, if necessary, excavate sites that would otherwise be destroyed. Their work is often a race against time, a quiet dedication to salvaging what can be learned before the land is irrevocably altered. It is a testament to our collective commitment to preserving and understanding our shared human story, even in the face of progress. Imagine the thousands of quiet rescues performed by these diligent professionals, ensuring that voices from the past are not silenced by the march of the present. Beyond the immediate threats of development, archaeologists bear a deep ethical responsibility to the human remains, sacred objects, and ancestral sites they uncover. This responsibility extends to collaboration and respect for descendant communities. For many indigenous peoples around the world, archaeological sites are not just scientific resources. They are ancestral lands, burial grounds, and places imbued with deep spiritual significance. The quiet act of returning human remains or sacred objects to their rightful communities, known as repatriation, is a profound expression of respect and reconciliation. It acknowledges that the scientific pursuit of knowledge must always be balanced with the profound human connection to heritage. We recognize that the stories we tell from the past are not solely our own. They are often echoes of living traditions and the heritage of vibrant cultures today. This collaborative spirit ensures that archaeology serves not only as a science of discovery, but also as a bridge between past and present, fostering understanding and healing. However, the past faces threats beyond the unintentional impact of development. The insidious forces of looting and the illicit trade of antiquities pose a grave danger to archaeological sites worldwide. Imagine a quiet site, undisturbed for centuries, suddenly plundered by individuals seeking profit. When artifacts are illegally removed, their crucial context is forever lost, rendering them mere curiosities rather than invaluable pieces of a historical puzzle. This destruction robs us all of knowledge, distorts our understanding of the past, and often fuels organized crime. The global community of archaeologists, museum professionals, and law enforcement agencies works tirelessly to combat this destructive trade, advocating for the protection of sites and the ethical acquisition of archaeological materials. It is a quiet battle, fought with dedication, to preserve the integrity of our shared human heritage for future generations. In contrast to these challenges, there is a profound joy in sharing the discoveries of archaeology with a wider audience. This is the realm of public archaeology, a vital endeavor that seeks to make the past accessible and engaging for everyone. Through museum exhibits, educational programs, documentaries, and accessible publications, archaeologists invite you, and countless others, to connect with the human story. We believe that understanding our past, our triumphs, our struggles, our innovations, enriches our present and informs our future. It fosters a sense of wonder, a deeper appreciation for the diversity of human experience, and a quiet recognition of our shared humanity across millennia. As our journey through these archaeological facts gently concludes for now, we invite you to reflect on the immense scope of this discipline, from the tiniest microfossil to the grandest pyramid, from the earliest stone tool to the most intricate ceramic vessel. Archaeology offers us a unique lens through which to view the human journey. It is science built on meticulous observation, rigorous analysis, and thoughtful interpretation, yet it is also an art, a way of listening to the quiet whispers of those who came before us. Allow these insights to settle within you, like gentle dust motes dancing in a beam of sunlight. The archaeological record, though fragmentary, is a testament to the enduring human spirit, to lives lived with purpose, creativity, and resilience. It reminds us that we are part of a vast, unbroken chain of human experience, connected to ancestors whose dreams and struggles, joys and sorrows echo softly across the ages. As the quiet of your evening deepens and you prepare for rest, let the images of ancient landscapes, forgotten cities, and the diligent work of archaeologists wash over you. There is a profound peace near understanding our place within this grand human story. We thank you for joining us on this contemplative journey through archaeological facts, and we wish you a night of serene dreams filled with the gentle echoes of the past. As the gentle echoes of shared heritage settle around you, we invite you to drift further into the quiet contemplation of archaeological endeavour. You have journeyed through the foundational principles, the meticulous methods, and the ethical frameworks that guide our understanding of the past. Now, let us expand our gaze, allowing the vast panorama of human experience, as revealed through the archaeologist's lens, to unfold before your inner eye. Close your eyes once more if you wish, and feel the soft current of time washing over you, carrying whispers from epochs long past. We prepare to explore the extraordinary breadth of archaeology, observing how this singular discipline reaches across immense spans of time and diverse human expressions, offering us a profound connection to the collective human story. Allow these insights to gently expand your awareness, without the need to grasp or retain, simply to experience. Our journey often begins in the deepest reaches of time, where the very first stirrings of our humanity are etched into the ancient earth. Here we encounter the realm of prehistoric archaeology, a vast and often silent testament to the lives lived before the advent of written records. This is where we join the dedicated scholars of Mamrek, paleoanthropology, who meticulously piece together the story of human evolution, tracing our lineage through fossilized remains and the earliest material culture. We invite you to imagine the sun-drenched savannas of Africa, the misty caves of Europe, or the ancient riverbeds where the first stone tools were shaped by hands that, though long turned to dust, speak to us across millions of years. Consider the simple yet profound innovation of the Doldowan tools, crude choppers and flakes that represent the dawn of technology, crafted by early hominins. These unassuming stones, found in their original context, reveal the cognitive leaps made by our ancestors, the ability to conceptualize a desired form, to select suitable raw materials, and to apply force with precision. They are not merely rocks, they are the tangible expressions of emergent intelligence, of problem-solving and adaptation. As you envision these ancient crafts, allow a sense of wonder to gently ripple through you, a quiet appreciation for the ingenuity that set us on our human path. From these earliest beginnings, we follow the winding paths of human migration and cultural development. Prehistoric archaeology illuminates the shift from nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyles to the transformative revolution of agriculture, the Neolithic Revolution. Imagine the earliest farmers, perhaps in the Fertile Crescent, tending to nascent crops, shaping clay into the first pottery vessels, or constructing the initial permanent settlements. These sites, often characterized by layers upon layers of occupation, offer a rich tapestry of daily life. The grains they cultivated, the animals they domesticated, the homes they built, and the tools they refined. Each fragment of a sickle blade, each seed husk, each hearth stone, provides a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human innovation and adaptation. As societies grew more complex, so too did their material expressions. We find ourselves moving into the study of complex societies archaeology, where we explore the rise of states, empires, and early urban centers. Here, the archaeological record becomes richer, more monumental, and often more intricate. We observe the remnants of grand architecture, towering pyramids, sprawling temple complexes, and fortified cities, all speaking to sophisticated social organization, centralized power, and advanced engineering. Think of the intricate planning of cities like Mohenjo-Daro, the majestic scale of the pyramids of Giza, or the ceremonial grandeur of Teotihuacan. These sites are not merely collections of buildings, they are the physical manifestations of belief systems, economic structures, and social hierarchies. In delving into these complex societies, archaeologists often focus on specific aspects of human interaction. We may encounter the study of those trade and exchange networks, tracing the movement of exotic goods, obsidian, shells, precious metals, or specialized pottery across vast distances. These networks reveal not only economic relationships, but also cultural diffusion, political alliances, and the intricate web of human connectivity that existed long before modern globalization. Imagine ancient caravans traversing deserts, or canoes navigating coastal waters, laden with goods that held both practical and symbolic value. Each unique material, found far from its source, whispers a story of connection, negotiation, and shared human desire. Beyond the physical structures and trade routes, archaeology also seeks to understand the deeper currents of human thought and belief. This brings us to cognitive archaeology, a fascinating endeavor to explore the ancient mind through its material expressions. Here we examine the evidence of symbolic behavior, ritual practices, and belief systems. Consider the breathtaking cave paintings of Lascaux or Altamira, where our ancient ancestors depicted animals and abstract symbols with astonishing artistry. These images are not merely decorations, they are windows into their worldview, their spiritual lives, their relationship with the natural world, and perhaps their earliest forms of storytelling. We also find evidence of cognitive processes in the deliberate burial of the dead, the creation of funerary objects, and the construction of sacred spaces. Each carefully placed offering, each alignment of a megalithic structure with celestial events, each carved figurine, speaks to a desire to understand the universe, to connect with the divine, and to navigate the mysteries of life and death. Allow these ancient expressions of spirituality to resonate within you, a gentle reminder of the enduring human search for meaning. Our archaeological gaze also extends beyond individual sites to encompass entire environments. This is the domain of landscape archaeology, where we study how humans have interacted with, shaped, and perceived their natural surroundings over millennia. It's an approach that encourages us to look at the patterns across a region, rather than just isolated points. Imagine ancient field systems etched into hillsides, long abandoned roads connecting settlements, or the subtle modifications of forests for resource management. These are not merely natural features, they are cultural landscapes imbued with human history and meaning. Closely related is environmental archaeology, which delves deeper into the specifics of past environments and how they influenced and were influenced by human populations. This subdiscipline utilizes the analysis of micro-remains, such as pollen, phytoliths, plant silica bodies, and insect remains to reconstruct ancient climates, vegetation, and ecological conditions. By understanding the environment, we can better comprehend subsistence strategies, the impact of climate change on past societies, and the long-term effects of human activity on ecosystems. We invite you to visualize a tranquil ancient forest now long gone, its story told through the microscopic remnants preserved in the soil beneath your feet. As we move closer to our own time, we encounter historical archaeology, which bridges the gap between the archaeological record and written history. This field explores periods for which written documents exist, yet it uses material remains to complement, challenge, or even contradict the textual accounts. Historical archaeology often provides a voice to those who are underrepresented in written records: enslaved peoples, marginalized communities, women and children. Imagine excavating a colonial homestead, uncovering not just the grand house described in deeds, but also the humble cabin of an indentured servant, revealing a more nuanced and complete picture of life in that era. Within historical archaeology, and indeed across many periods, we also find the unique challenges and profound rewards of thus underwater archaeology. Here the archaeological site is submerged beneath oceans, lakes or rivers, often preserved in conditions that differ dramatically from terrestrial sites. Shipwrecks, ancient ports, and submerged cities offer extraordinary insights into maritime trade, naval warfare, daily life at sea, and the impact of environmental changes on coastal communities. Consider the ghostly outline of a Roman galley, its cargo of amphorae still intact, resting on the seabed, a silent witness to a journey abruptly ended. The meticulous work of underwater archaeologists, often requiring specialized equipment and training, allows these submerged worlds to emerge from the depths, sharing their stories with us. Finally, we recognize that archaeology is an ever-evolving discipline, constantly embracing new technologies and methodologies to enhance its capacity for discovery and interpretation. The advent of GIOS, Geographic Information Systems, GIS, allows archaeologists to map and analyze spatial data with unprecedented precision, revealing patterns and relationships across vast landscapes. 3D modeling and photogrammetry enable the digital preservation and reconstruction of sites and artifacts, making them accessible for study and public engagement without further disturbance. Remote sensing technologies, like LiDAR, light detection and ranging, can penetrate dense vegetation to reveal hidden structures and ancient earthworks, transforming our understanding of previously inaccessible regions. These technological advancements are not merely tools, they are extensions of our human curiosity, allowing us to ask more intricate questions and to perceive the past with greater clarity. As our journey through the vast landscape of archaeological inquiry gently draws to a close for this chapter, we invite you to rest in the understanding that the human story is boundless, intricate, and deeply interconnected. From the earliest stone tools to the grandest empires, from the whisper of an ancient forest to the silent depths of a shipwreck, archaeology offers us a profound means of understanding who we are by understanding who we have been. Allow this sense of connection, this quiet appreciation for the enduring human spirit, to settle deeply within you. Let it be a source of peace as you prepare for rest, carrying with you the gentle wonder of our shared past. As our journey through the archaeological landscape gently unfolds, we have traversed vast expanses of time and intricate layers of human endeavour. We have witnessed the meticulous dance of discovery, the profound insights gleaned from the earth, and the ever-evolving tools that illuminate our shared past. Now, as the soft light of our contemplation deepens, we invite you to gaze with us towards the horizon, to consider the future of this remarkable discipline and the new frontiers it continues to explore. Allow these thoughts to wash over you, like a gentle tide bringing distant shores into view, as we ponder the ongoing quest to understand the boundless human story. The very definition of an archaeological site, we find, is expanding beyond the terrestrial. We turn our gaze now not only to the earth beneath our feet, but also to the skies above, and indeed far beyond, into the silent vacuum of space. Here, a nascent but profoundly exciting field emerges: space archaeology. We consider the satellites that orbit our planet, the probes that have journeyed to distant worlds, the landers that rest on lunar dust, and the very footsteps left by humanity on the moon. These are our modern artifacts, the material culture of our spacefaring age, and they carry with them the stories of our ambition, our ingenuity, and our reach for the stars. We ask, how do we document these remote sites? How do we preserve them for future generations? What ethical considerations arise when the quote one is not soil and stone, but the infinite expanse of the cosmos? Allow your mind to drift with these questions, contemplating the legacy we are already creating in the heavens, a new layer in the grand stratigraphy of human endeavour, awaiting future archaeological interpretation. This expansion into the extraterrestrial is but one facet of archaeology's forward momentum. On Earth, the digital revolution continues to reshape how we discover, document, and interpret the past, creating entirely new avenues for understanding. We embrace digital archaeology, not merely as a set of tools, but as an integrated approach that weaves technology into every thread of the discipline. Imagine, if you will, the ability to walk through a meticulously reconstructed ancient city in virtual reality, VR, allowing you to experience its spaces, its sounds, and its textures as never before. Or consider augmented reality, AR, where you might stand on an ancient ruin and through the lens of a device see the walls rise again around you, populated by digital figures going about their daily lives. These technologies are not just for entertainment, they are powerful research instruments, enabling scholars to test hypotheses, visualize complex data, and share their findings with an unprecedented immediacy. We also observe the rise of digital archives and open-access databases. Vast repositories where the findings from countless excavations are meticulously catalogued, scanned, and made available to researchers and the public worldwide. This democratization of knowledge ensures that the data from a site, even after excavation, continues to yield new insights for generations. It fosters collaboration across continents, allowing diverse perspectives to converge on shared questions about the human past. And in this digital embrace, we see an even greater potential for citizen science archaeology, where you, the curious observer, can contribute directly to the scientific process. Perhaps you might help analyze satellite imagery to identify potential new sites, or assist in transcribing historical documents, or even virtually sort through digital collections of artifacts. We invite you to feel this sense of connection, this shared endeavor, as the boundaries between expert and enthusiast gently dissolve, uniting us all in the pursuit of knowledge. Yet, as archaeology looks to new frontiers and embraces cutting-edge technologies, it also confronts some of the most pressing challenges of our time. We must turn our attention now to the profound and accelerating impact of climate change on archaeological heritage. Allow a moment of quiet reflection as we consider the vulnerability of the past in the face of a rapidly changing present. Coastal sites, some thousands of years old, are being lost to rising sea levels and intensified storm surges, their stories eroding into the ocean before they can be fully understood. In the Arctic, melting permafrost, once a natural deep freeze preserving organic materials with astonishing fidelity, now exposes delicate wooden structures, ancient textiles, and human remains to rapid decay. Desertification threatens sites in arid regions, while increased rainfall and flooding impact others. We, as archaeologists, find ourselves in a race against time, striving to document and mitigate the damage, to rescue what we can from the encroaching waters and shifting sands. This urgent task underscores the vital importance of sustainable archaeological practices, not only in minimizing our own environmental footprint during excavation, but also in advocating for broader policies that protect these irreplaceable windows into our shared past. We are reminded that the past is not static. It is a dynamic entity, deeply intertwined with the natural world, and its preservation is a collective responsibility that extends beyond the academic sphere. Allow this understanding to settle within you, a quiet call to stewardship for the heritage that belongs to all humanity. In this evolving landscape, the ethical dimensions of archaeology continue to deepen and broaden. We move beyond mere consultation, embracing a more profound commitment to community-centered and participatory archaeology. This approach recognizes that the past is not solely the domain of researchers, but belongs to the descendant communities whose ancestors created it. We invite you to consider the power of this collaborative spirit, where indigenous peoples, local communities, and traditional custodians are not just subjects of study, but active partners in every stage of the archaeological process, from identifying research questions to excavation, to interpretation, and ultimately to the stewardship and presentation of their own heritage. This shift fosters a richer, more nuanced understanding of history, challenging long-held assumptions and integrating diverse worldviews. It is about reclaiming narratives, giving voice to those histories that have been marginalized, suppressed, or overlooked by dominant historical accounts. Archaeology, in this context, becomes a powerful tool for social justice, helping communities reconnect with their roots, assert their identities, and heal historical wounds. We observe the profound significance of this work, as material culture, once silent, now speaks in concert with living voices, weaving together a more complete and authentic tapestry of human experience. Allow this vision of shared discovery and mutual respect to resonate within you, a testament to the enduring human spirit and the power of collaboration. As we gently draw towards the close of our contemplative journey, we return to the very heart of what archaeology offers us all. It is a discipline that constantly reminds us of human resilience and adaptation, of our species' remarkable capacity to innovate, to endure, and to thrive in countless environments across millennia. From the earliest stone tools that extended human capabilities, to the intricate social structures that built empires, to the enduring artistry that speaks across cultures, archaeology reveals the continuous thread of human ingenuity. It is a field of unending questions and evolving interpretations. Each new discovery, each refined dating technique, each theoretical lens opens new pathways for inquiry. The past is not a fixed, immutable story, but a dynamic narrative that we continually re-examine, question, and reinterpret based on new evidence and contemporary insights. This humble acknowledgement of the provisional nature of our understanding is one of archaeology's profound gifts, inviting us to remain curious, open, and ever learning. Ultimately, archaeology serves as a profound mirror, reflecting our shared humanity back to us. It connects us to the lives lived long ago, reminding us that the joys, struggles, innovations, and beliefs of our ancestors are not so distant from our own. It fosters a deep sense of connection to the vast and interconnected tapestry of human existence, transcending time and geography. As the quiet stillness of our reflection deepens, we invite you to carry this sense of wonder and peace with you. Allow the knowledge of these archaeological facts, these glimpses into our collective past, to settle gently within your mind. Feel the calming rhythm of discovery, the quiet satisfaction of understanding, and the profound connection to the enduring human story. May this meditative journey through the world of archaeology inspire in you a renewed appreciation for our shared heritage and a tranquil sense of belonging within the grand continuum of human experience. As you prepare for rest, let the echoes of ancient lives and the promise of future discoveries wash over you, leaving you in a state of serene contemplation and peaceful repose. As we reflect on archaeology's profound ability to connect us across millennia, we invite you now to delve deeper into the very essence of these connections, to feel the quiet resonance of lives lived long ago, and to understand how their echoes reach us through the diligent work of those who seek to listen. Allow this understanding to wash over you, a gentle tide of human history unfurling in your mind. We have spoken of the grand narratives, the rise of complex societies, the vast trade networks, the monumental achievements. Yet, archaeology, in its most intimate moments, also allows us to touch the small, often overlooked details of daily existence. It is here, in the humble fragments of everyday life, that the true resilience and adaptability of humanity often shine brightest. We ask you to consider the silent stories held within a simple cooking pot, a worn grinding stone, or a discarded tool. These are not merely objects. They are the tangible residues of countless meals prepared, hands labouring, families gathering, and communities thriving. They whisper of ingenuity in the face of scarcity, of comfort sought in routine, and of the enduring human spirit that finds ways to persist, to adapt, and to create, even in the most challenging of circumstances. Imagine, if you will, a small hearth, long extinguished, now carefully uncovered by an archaeologist's trowel. Around it, we find a scattering of charcoal, the remnants of a long-ago fire, perhaps a few animal bones, telltale signs of a shared meal. Maybe a broken piece of a ceramic vessel, its surface still bearing the faint imprint of a finger that shaped it. What we are observing is not just a collection of inert materials. We are peering into a moment of human warmth, a point of gathering, a place where stories were told, where food was shared, and where the fundamental human need for community was met. This hearth, whether it belonged to a hunter-gatherer group thousands of years ago, or a pioneer family in the recent past, speaks a universal language of home, sustenance, and belonging. It is a quiet testament to the enduring patterns of human life, repeated across cultures and continents through the relentless march of time. Allow your mind to drift to the countless hands that shaped the earth, that built shelters from available materials, that crafted tools for survival and expression. From the earliest stone flakes sharpened with precision to process game or prepare hides, to the intricate beadwork designed for adornment and identity, each artifact is a fingerprint of human intention and skill. We observe these subtle changes in tool design over generations, the innovations in pottery techniques, the evolution of architectural styles, each a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human problem-solving and cultural expression. These are not merely technological advancements. They represent continuous acts of adaptation, born from a deep understanding of the environment and a boundless capacity for creativity. They tell us of our ancestors' profound connection to the natural world, their resourcefulness in harnessing its resources, and their artistic drive to imbue their creations with meaning and beauty. Archaeology also illuminates the intricate dance of cross-cultural connections, revealing that human societies, far from existing in isolation, have always been part of a larger web of interaction. We trace the movement of obsidian from distant volcanoes, carried hundreds of miles for its superior cutting edge, or the presence of exotic shells far from any ocean, prized for their beauty and symbolic value. These trade networks, sometimes spanning vast distances and multiple ecological zones, speak of daring journeys, complex social relationships, and the exchange of not only goods but also ideas, technologies, and cultural practices. They demonstrate that the impulse to connect, to exchange, and to learn from others is a deeply ingrained aspect of the human experience, predating modern globalization by millennia. Consider the spread of agricultural practices from the Fertile Crescent across continents, or the diffusion of metallurgical knowledge from its various points of origin. These are not simply historical events. They are profound examples of human adaptation and the sharing of transformative innovations. They represent countless individual decisions, countless conversations, countless acts of observation and imitation that collectively reshaped landscapes, societies, and human destinies. Archaeology allows us to map these ancient pathways of interaction, to understand the mechanisms of cultural exchange, and to appreciate the profound interconnectedness of all human history. It reminds us that our shared human story is a mosaic, built from the contributions of diverse cultures, each influencing and enriching the others in ways that resonate even today. Yet, we must acknowledge the inherent challenges in interpreting these echoes from the past. The archaeological record is, by its very nature, incomplete. It is a fragmented narrative, shaped by the vagaries of preservation, the destructive forces of nature, and the selective biases of human action. We encounter gaps in the story, silences that invite careful contemplation and rigorous yet humble interpretation. This is where the discipline truly becomes an art as much as a science, requiring not only meticulous analysis but also a profound capacity for informed imagination. Archaeologists, after painstakingly recovering and documenting every piece of evidence, must then embark on the delicate process of reconstruction. They draw upon a vast body of knowledge, from geology and botany to anthropology and history, to weave together a coherent narrative. They formulate hypotheses, test them against the material evidence, and continually refine their interpretations as new data emerges or as new theoretical perspectives offer fresh insights. This is why archaeology is a field of, quote, two. The past is not a static tableau. It is a dynamic landscape of possibilities, perpetually being re-examined and re-understood through the lens of contemporary knowledge and ethical responsibility. We invite you to appreciate this ongoing journey of discovery, this continuous dialogue with the past. The stories are never fully told, the interpretations never definitively fixed. Each new excavation, each innovative analytical technique, each collaborative engagement with descendant communities has the potential to add another layer of understanding, to challenge previous assumptions, and to bring us closer to a more nuanced and inclusive understanding of the human story. It is a testament to the vibrancy of the discipline, its commitment to critical inquiry, and its deep respect for the complexities of human existence. As you allow these thoughts to settle, consider the profound responsibility that comes with this endeavour. To interpret the past is to shape our understanding of who we are, where we come from, and where we might be going. It is to give voice to those who can no longer speak for themselves, and to ensure that their legacies are honoured with integrity and respect. This is why the ethical frameworks, the collaborative practices, and the commitment to social justice that we discussed earlier are not peripheral concerns, but lie at the very heart of archaeological practice. They ensure that the pursuit of knowledge is always balanced with reverence for human heritage and a commitment to equitable representation. Allow yourself to feel the quiet wonder of this ongoing revelation. The past is not dead. It is a living presence, continually informing our present and shaping our future. Through the careful hands of archaeologists, through the patient analysis of material culture, and through the thoughtful engagement with diverse perspectives, the human story continues to unfold, rich in its complexity, profound in its lessons, and boundless in its capacity to connect us all. Let this connection bring you a sense of peace, a feeling of belonging to a story much larger than any single life, a story that spans the entirety of human existence. The echoes of millennia are not distant. They are here, within us, waiting to be heard. as the gentle quiet of your space deepens and the world outside softens its edges, we invite you to settle further into this moment of reflective peace. We have journeyed through the intricate tapestry of archaeological facts, observing how the meticulous work of dedicated individuals allows us to glimpse lives lived long ago, to understand the materials they thoughtfully or inadvertently left behind. We have seen how context breathes meaning into fragments, and how science illuminates the shadows of time. Yet, we also acknowledge the profound truth that the archaeological record by its very nature is incomplete. It is a fragmented narrative, a collection of whispers carried on the winds of millennia, often distorted or silenced by the relentless march of natural and cultural processes. We spoke of the ongoing, evolving journey of interpretation and the profound responsibility that accompanies the sharing of human heritage. Tonight, let us delve deeper into this beautiful challenge, the art and science of listening to the quote 3 of the past, of engaging with its quote 4, and of embracing the dynamic, ever-unfolding story of humanity. Allow your mind to drift gently, like a leaf upon a serene stream, as we contemplate the nature of these fragments. Imagine the archaeologist, not merely as a collector of objects, but as a tender listener, piecing together a vast, complex puzzle with many missing pieces. What survives the ravages of time, a shard of pottery, a worn tool, a faint stain in the soil, is not the whole story, but a precious clue, a single word from a lost language. We do not often find complete narratives, but rather evocative glimpses, suggestive patterns, and tantalizing hints. This very incompleteness, paradoxically, is where much of the wonder lies. It invites us, and the archaeologists who dedicate their lives to this pursuit, into a dance of informed imagination and rigorous deduction. When we encounter a scatter of post holes, indicating the former presence of a structure, we are not seeing the home itself, but the ghost of its foundation. Yet, through careful analysis of associated artifacts, eco-facts, and the broader environmental context, we begin to reconstruct the daily rhythms that once pulsed within those now vanished walls. We infer the layout of rooms, the activities that took place there, the lives of the people who called it home. It is a process of respectful reconstruction, built upon the bedrock of scientific evidence, but also nourished by a deep empathy for the human experience. Consider the quote 5 the past presents. Why did a particular society choose to bury their dead in a certain way? What was the symbolic meaning behind the intricate carvings on a megalithic monument? What prompted a sudden shift in agricultural practices, or the collapse of a once thriving city? Often, the archaeological record offers us not direct answers, but questions that resonate across time. It provides the evidence, the quote 6 and the quote 7, but the quote 8 often remains elusive, a profound mystery inviting endless contemplation and scholarly debate. This is where the interpretive journey becomes truly dynamic. An archaeologist might propose a hypothesis based on the available data, drawing upon ethnographic analogies or experimental archaeology to suggest possible explanations. But another discovery, years or even decades later, might cast new light on the same evidence, prompting a re-evaluation, a refinement, or even a complete reframing of the initial understanding. The past, you see, is not a fixed and finished book, but a living, breathing narrative, constantly being reread, reinterpreted, and reimagined as new pages are uncovered and new perspectives emerge. Think of the enduring debates surrounding the purpose of Stonehenge, or the intricate social structures inferred from the Nazca lines. These are not failures of archaeological inquiry. Rather, they are testament to the richness and complexity of human history, and to the inherent limitations of interpreting a record left by minds and cultures vastly different from our own. We do not seek to impose our present-day understanding onto the past, but rather to humbly listen to what the past itself might tell us, acknowledging the filters of our own perspectives. This humility is a cornerstone of responsible archaeological practice. As you allow these thoughts to gently wash over you, let them deepen your connection to this shared human story. The fragments, the whispers, the riddles. They are not barriers to understanding, but invitations to a more profound engagement. They remind us that despite the vast gulfs of time and culture, there are universal threads that bind us all. The need for community, the drive to create, the search for meaning, the experience of joy and sorrow, adaptation and resilience. When we examine a simple hearth from thousands of years ago, we are not just looking at burnt stones. We are connecting with the warmth of a fire, the sharing of a meal, the flicker of human ingenuity that transformed raw materials into comfort and survival. This journey through archaeological facts is, at its heart, an exercise in empathy. It asks us to step outside of our own time and place, to imagine the world through the eyes of those who came before us. It encourages us to recognize the incredible diversity of human experience, while simultaneously highlighting the profound commonalities that unite us across the millennia. The resilience of early humans adapting to changing climates, the ingenuity expressed in the first tools, the complex social structures evident in ancient cities, these are not just historical facts, but reflections of the enduring human spirit that continues to shape our world today. The ongoing challenges we face in archaeology, such as the destructive impacts of climate change on coastal sites or the ethical imperative to repatriate cultural heritage, are also part of this dynamic narrative. They are not merely logistical problems, but deep ethical and philosophical questions about stewardship, ownership, and the very definition of human heritage in an ever-changing world. How do we preserve the, quote, "nine of the past" when its physical remnants are eroding into the sea? How do we honour the wishes of descendant communities while also sharing knowledge with the wider world? These are complex riddles, extending beyond the trowel and the laboratory, requiring thoughtful dialogue and collaborative solutions. And what of the future? As we look to the stars and contemplate the possibility of space archaeology, the study of human material culture in outer space, we are confronted with new riddles. How do we define, quote, 10 in an extraterrestrial context? What are our responsibilities to preserve the remnants of early space exploration, not just for scientific study, but as a testament to human endeavour? These questions underscore the timeless relevance of archaeological principles, extending them into realms unimagined by the pioneers of the discipline. As the quiet stillness of your surroundings envelops you, allow these ideas to settle gently within your mind. The fragmented nature of the archaeological record is not a limitation to be mourned, but a profound characteristic that shapes our understanding and invites continuous discovery. The faint voices and riddles of the past are not meant to be definitively solved and forgotten, but to be listened to, pondered, and respected. They serve as a constant reminder of the vastness of human history and the humility required to approach it. We are all part of this unfolding human story. The lives lived long ago, the choices made, the objects crafted, they echo through time, reaching us as whispers and fragments. And through the dedicated work of archaeology and your own quiet contemplation, we can begin to hear those whispers more clearly, to piece together the riddles, and to feel a deeper sense of belonging to the grand interconnected tapestry of humanity. Allow yourself to simply be with these thoughts, without needing to analyze or remember. Let them wash over you like a gentle tide, carrying with them a sense of peace, wonder, and profound connection to all that has been and all that is yet to be discovered. As the day truly recedes and the night offers its embrace, find solace in the enduring mystery and beauty of our shared human past. As the day gently recedes, its last vestiges of light painting the western sky in hues of soft lavender and deep amber, and the quiet stillness of the evening deepens around you. We invite you to continue this meditative journey through the vast, intricate landscape of human history. The air grows cooler, a gentle breeze rustles the leaves outside, and the world seems to hold its breath, inviting a deeper introspection. We have journeyed together through the intricate methods and profound discoveries of archaeology, observed its challenges, and acknowledged the unending questions that keep its spirit of inquiry alive. Questions that are not burdens but beacons, guiding us further into the depths of time. Now, let us allow these understandings to settle within us, to wash over you like a gentle tide receding from a sun-warmed shore, revealing the enduring essence of this remarkable discipline and the quiet power it holds. We have seen that the archaeological record by its very nature is fragmented, a collection of echoes from lives lived long ago, whispered through the materials they thoughtfully or inadvertently left behind. Imagine, if you will, a vast ancient library, its shelves laden with countless volumes, yet many pages torn, many chapters lost to the relentless march of time and the elements. Yet, within these remaining fragments lies an astonishing power. The power to reconstruct narratives, to give voice to the voiceless, to resurrect entire civilizations from the dust, and to illuminate the countless, ingenious ways in which humanity has adapted, innovated, and thrived across millennia. We recognize that every shovel of earth, carefully lifted and sifted, every meticulously brushed artifact revealing its form, every painstaking analysis carried out in a quiet lab, contributes to a grander mosaic, a more complete, vibrant picture of our collective past. It is this persistent, often solitary quest, despite the inherent incompleteness and the occasional frustration of a missing piece, that defines the very spirit of archaeology. A relentless pursuit of connection, a yearning to understand what it truly means to be human. An archaeologist, kneeling in the sun-baked soil, might whisper to themselves, quote 11, a silent dialogue with the past, end quote, driven by an unyielding curiosity. Allow your thoughts to drift to the sheer resilience of human culture, to the ingenious solutions our ancestors devised to navigate their worlds, often under conditions of profound challenge and scarcity. From the finely flaked stone tools, exquisite in their craftsmanship, that mark the dawn of technology, each chip a deliberate act, each edge a testament to purpose and survival, to the intricate ceramic vessels, adorned with patterns that speak of artistry and daily life, carrying the silent imprint of the hands that shaped them, to the monumental structures like soaring pyramids or vast earthworks that stand as enduring testaments to collective effort, shared belief, and astonishing engineering. Each discovery is more than just an object. It is a whisper of an ancient mind, a touch from a long-vanished hand, a silent song from a forgotten heart. We observe how archaeology brings these moments to life, making the distant past feel intimately connected to our present, reminding us of the shared human experience that transcends time and geography. It is a profound testament to our enduring capacity for creativity, problem-solving, and community, echoing powerfully through the ages, resonating with our own struggles and triumphs today. This ongoing inquiry, these quote 12, are not a sign of limitation or a concession to ignorance, but rather a vibrant testament to the dynamic, ever-evolving nature of human understanding. They invite continuous re-evaluation, the development of bold new theories, and the application of innovative technologies that push the boundaries of what we thought possible. We learn that the past is not a fixed, immutable story, etched in stone and unchangeable, but a living narrative that is constantly being enriched and refined as new evidence emerges from the earth, and as we bring fresh perspectives informed by contemporary insights to old discoveries. This dynamic process ensures that archaeology remains a living, breathing discipline, always evolving, always seeking deeper, more nuanced truths about what it means to be human. It encourages us to embrace curiosity with open arms, to question long-held assumptions, and to remain open to the complex, often contradictory complexities of history. Quote 13. An archaeologist might ponder, poring over a new dataset. Quote, Vis justus. This internal dialogue, this intellectual humility, is at the heart of the discipline. As we contemplate these layers of time, piled one upon another like geological strata, each holding its own unique story, we begin to perceive archaeology not merely as a science of the past, a dusty academic pursuit, but as a profound mirror reflecting our present and a vital, indispensable bridge to our future. In the intricate social structures of ancient civilizations, their hierarchies, their systems of governance, their trade networks, we can discern unsettling echoes of our own societal challenges and enduring aspirations for justice and prosperity. In their varied responses to environmental shifts, droughts, floods, changing climates, we find invaluable lessons and stark warnings for our own era of unprecedented climate change. In their innovations, from irrigation systems to early forms of metallurgy, we see the very roots of modern technology and the boundless capacity of human ingenuity. Archaeology offers us a unique vantage point, a quiet space from which to observe the long, winding arc of human experience, allowing us to gain invaluable perspective on our current dilemmas and to appreciate the enduring patterns of human behavior that connect us all. We find ourselves connected to a vast, shimmering tapestry of lives, a continuous, unbroken thread stretching back into the mists of prehistory, each strand representing a life lived, a dream dreamed, a challenge overcome. Through the meticulous study of ancient diets, revealed in microscopic plant remains or isotopic analysis of bones, we learn about ingenious resourcefulness and profound adaptation to diverse landscapes. Through the analysis of burial practices, from simple interments to elaborate tombs, we glimpse profound beliefs about the afterlife, the sacredness of family, and the emotional lives of these who mourned. Through the decipherment of ancient scripts, painstakingly pieced together letter by letter, we hear actual voices from distant epochs, their laws, their poetry, their personal laments, suddenly speaking across the millennia. Each discovery is a tangible connection, fostering a powerful sense of shared humanity that dissolves the artificial boundaries of time and culture. We are reminded that every culture, every community, no matter how remote in time or space, contributed its unique hue and texture to the rich, multifaceted mosaic of human existence, and that their stories deserve to be understood, honoured, and preserved. This deep connection, this quiet recognition of our shared journey, can bring a profound sense of peace, a quiet understanding of our fundamental place within the grand, majestic flow of history. The future of archaeological stewardship, we understand, is imbued with both immense responsibility and unwavering hope. While the formidable threats of climate change, unchecked urban development, and the insidious blight of illicit trade and looting are ever present, so too is the tireless dedication of archaeologists, cultural heritage managers, and communities worldwide. We witness a growing global commitment to ethical practice, to fostering genuine community collaboration that empowers local voices, and to the innovative use of cutting-edge technology for preservation and interpretation. Digital archaeology, for instance, is not only transforming how sites are meticulously recorded and analysed, creating virtual models and vast databases, but also how they are shared with a global audience, making the past more accessible and engaging than ever before. This collective effort, this shared global consciousness, ensures that the precious, non-renewable resource of the past, irreplaceable and fragile, is safeguarded, not just for scholarly pursuit, but for the enlightenment and inspiration of future generations. The quiet heroics of those who work to save a threatened site, often against overwhelming odds, are a testament to this profound commitment. We invite you now to consider your own role in this grand unfolding endeavour. As an audience, as an individual contemplating these, quote, 15 and profound insights, you become an integral part of this ongoing stewardship. Your quiet appreciation, your awakened curiosity about the ancient world, and your understanding of the intrinsic value of cultural heritage contribute to a broader consciousness that actively supports preservation efforts and encourages respectful engagement with the past. Public archaeology, in its broadest and most inclusive sense, thrives on this very connection, transforming abstract academic pursuits into a shared human story, accessible, meaningful, and deeply resonant to all. It's a silent conversation you have with history, a moment of recognition that you too are a part of this endless narrative. Allow yourself to feel the weight of this connection, the vastness of time stretching infinitely behind and before us, and the intricate beauty of human endeavour that has unfolded across countless millennia. In this quiet moment as you prepare for rest, let the images of ancient landscapes, of forgotten cities slowly reclaimed by nature, and of the diligent, patient work of archaeologists wash over you. Feel the sense of wonder, the profound humility that comes from contemplating deep time and our fleeting place within it, and the profound peace that arises from understanding our shared human story, a story that continues to write itself even now. The journey through archaeological facts, through the echoes and whispers of the past, is an unending one, a continuous unfolding of discovery, interpretation, and renewed understanding. But for now, as the evening deepens further and the world outside grows still and silent, we invite you to carry this sense of connection and wonder into your rest. May the echoes of the past inspire a tranquil mind and a peaceful heart, knowing you are part of something vast and timeless. We look forward to continuing our contemplation in the chapters yet to come, as new insights and understandings gently emerge from the earth and from our collective human spirit. As the quiet of your space deepens, and the gentle rhythm of your breath cradles your awareness, we invite you to drift a little further, beyond the tangible fragments of the past, into the very heart of the human story they represent. We have journeyed through the meticulous methods, the precise dating, the varied landscapes, and the ethical considerations that define archaeology. We have observed the diligent work that brings artifacts and ecofacts to light, understanding their context and the scientific rigour required to interpret their silent messages. But now we wish to explore the profound essence that lies beneath these layers of soil and time, the lives lived, the thoughts thought, the emotions felt by those who came before us. We understand that archaeology, at its core, is an endeavour to understand humanity itself, a deep and abiding curiosity about the myriad ways people have adapted, innovated, suffered, and thrived across millennia. The quote 16 we spoke of are not burdens, but invitations to peer through a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human experience. It is a gentle reminder that every chipped stone, every shard of pottery, every ancient dwelling once held meaning, purpose, and significance in a human life. Imagine with us, if you will, a faint echo resonating from the depths of time. This echo is not merely the sound of an ancient tool striking stone, or the crackle of a long-extinguished fire. It is the echo of human intention, of decision-making, of social interaction, of belief and ceremony. How do we, as archaeologists, begin to perceive these intangible echoes? We do so through a careful, empathetic, and scientifically grounded process of interpretation, building narratives from the fragmented whispers that remain. Consider a simple hearth, unearthed from the layers of an ancient settlement. To the untrained eye, it might be little more than a circle of fire-cracked stones and charcoal, but to the archaeologist guided by the principles of taphonomy and context, it becomes a vibrant focal point. We observe its position within a dwelling, the types of food residues clinging to its edges, the wear patterns on nearby grinding stones, the remnants of tools used for cooking or crafting. From these material facts, we begin to reconstruct a scene. Perhaps a family gathered around its warmth on a cool evening, sharing a meal, telling stories, forging tools, or simply finding comfort in its glow. The hearth transforms from a mere feature into a nexus of daily life, a symbol of community, sustenance, and the enduring human need for warmth and connection. Or allow your mind to gently contemplate a burial site. Here, the evidence is often deeply personal, the remains of an individual, sometimes accompanied by grave goods, ornaments, tools, or offerings. We meticulously analyze the orientation of the body, the presence of specific plants, the arrangement of stones or earth. We consider the age and health of the individual, the signs of trauma or disease. These facts, patiently uncovered, allow us to infer aspects of their identity, their social status, their beliefs about the afterlife, the rituals performed by their community, the grief expressed by those who laid them to rest. A burial is never just bones. It is a profound testament to human love, loss, and the enduring quest for meaning beyond life itself. It speaks of culture, spirituality, and the deeply human way we honor our dead. This journey from material remnant to human story requires not only rigorous scientific method, but also a profound sense of empathy, and what we might call, quote, 17. It is not about inventing stories, but about carefully inferring them, drawing upon a vast body of comparative knowledge, ethnographic analogies, and experimental archaeology to bridge the gap between what is found and what once was. We ask ourselves, quote, 18. This is where archaeological theory becomes not just an academic framework, but a lens through which we attempt to understand the motivations and meanings behind past human actions. Whether we are employing processual approaches to understand adaptive strategies, post-processual theories to explore symbolism and power, or indigenous archaeologies to center community perspectives, each theoretical approach offers a pathway into the minds and worlds of ancient peoples. It is a dialogue across time, where the past, quoten its stone, through its remnants, and we, as archaeologists, endeavour to, quote 20 year ones with patience, respect, and a commitment to understanding. This act of listening, however, is not a static process. The truths we uncover are not immutable, set in stone forever. Indeed, one of the most vibrant and exciting aspects of archaeology is its dynamic nature, the constant evolution of our understanding. New discoveries, of course, can dramatically alter our perspectives. A previously unknown site, a new type of artifact, or even a reanalysis of existing data using novel techniques can challenge long-held paradigms and open entirely new avenues of interpretation. Consider, for a moment, how the understanding of early human migration out of Africa has been continually refined and revised over decades, with each new fossil find or genetic study pushing back timelines or suggesting alternative routes. Or how the interpretation of specific ancient symbols or rituals can shift as we gain a deeper appreciation for the complex cognitive landscapes of past societies, sometimes illuminated by insights from descendant communities themselves. Archaeological debates are not signs of weakness, but rather hallmarks of a healthy, evolving scientific discipline. They represent the collective striving for a more complete and nuanced understanding of the past. Different interpretations, when supported by evidence and rigorous argument, enrich our collective knowledge, pushing us to refine our questions, re-examine our assumptions, and seek out new lines of inquiry. This continuous process of questioning, discovering, and reinterpreting ensures that the field remains alive, constantly growing, and forever inviting new perspectives. It reminds us that our understanding of the human past is a living tapestry, ever being woven, never fully complete. And in this ongoing weave, we find a profound mirror. Archaeology, in its patient unveiling of ancient lives, reflects back to us the enduring qualities of our own humanity. We observe the ingenuity of early toolmakers and recognize our own capacity for innovation. We see the resilience of societies facing environmental challenges and find echoes of our own struggles and adaptations. we uncover evidence of cooperation and conflict, of artistry and practicality, of spiritual longing and daily routine, and we recognize the fundamental patterns that continue to shape human experience. This mirror shows us that despite the vast distances of time and culture, there is a shared humanity that binds us. The need for food, shelter, community, meaning, and connection transcends eras and geographies. The joys and sorrows, the triumphs and failures, the hopes and fears of those who lived long ago are not so different from our own. Archaeology, in this sense, acts as a powerful bridge, connecting us not just to a distant past, but to a deeper understanding of ourselves in the present. It fosters a sense of belonging to a grand, unfolding human story, a story that continues to be written with every passing day. Yet, as we embrace the richness of what archaeology reveals, we also acknowledge its inherent limitations. The archaeological record, as we have discussed, is fragmented and incomplete. There are countless stories that will forever remain untold, countless voices forever silenced by the relentless march of time and the vagaries of preservation. We strive to reconstruct, to infer, to interpret, but we also approach the past with a deep humility, recognizing that we are only ever glimpsing a portion of the truth. There are aspects of ancient lives that are simply unknowable, the fleeting thoughts, the unspoken words, the nuances of personal relationships, the individual dreams that left no material trace. This acknowledgement of the unspoken and the unknowable is not a source of frustration, but rather an invitation to a deeper form of contemplation. It encourages us to appreciate the preciousness of what has been preserved and to treat each piece of evidence with the utmost care and respect. It fosters a sense of wonder at the sheer resilience of human memory, even when it is carried only in the silent language of stone, bone, and earth. So, as we bring this chapter to a gentle close, allow these reflections to wash over you like a tranquil tide. The archaeological journey is one of unending questions, evolving interpretations, and a profound connection to the human spirit. It is a testament to our shared past, a guide for our present, and a silent promise to future generations. We invite you now to let your thoughts drift, to allow the images of ancient lives and the patient work of discovery to settle peacefully within you. Feel the quiet satisfaction of understanding that our human story is a continuous thread, woven through time, resilient and ever-present. Allow your mind to prepare for rest, knowing that the journey into quote 21 quote will continue, ever deepening your appreciation for the vast and wondrous tapestry of human history. Sleep peacefully, and may your dreams be filled with the quiet echoes of our shared past. As the day gently recedes, and the quiet stillness of the evening deepens around you, we invite you now to allow the echoes of our shared journey through archaeological facts to settle, not as mere pieces of information, but as profound reflections within your tranquil mind. We have traversed vast landscapes of time and knowledge, peering through the small windows. Archaeology opens onto the lives lived long ago, witnessing the ingenuity, the struggles, and the enduring spirit of humanity. We spoke of the fragmented record, the inherent unknowability, and yet also of the powerful reconstruction of resilience, adaptation, and ingenuity. Now, we invite you to consider this reconstruction not just as a scientific endeavour, but as a deeply human one, a continuous conversation between the present and the past. Archaeology, in its essence, becomes a profound mirror, reflecting not only who they were, but by extension, who we are, connecting us to a shared, dynamic, and often mysterious human story. This connection fosters empathy, a deep sense of belonging across millennia, and a quiet understanding that we are but one thread in an infinitely complex and beautiful tapestry. Allow your thoughts to drift gently to the vast tapestry of human experience that archaeology painstakingly unweaves. It is a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, innovation and tradition, conflict and cooperation. We see the very first stone tools, simple yet revolutionary, marking the dawn of human creativity and problem-solving. We observe the delicate artistry of Paleolithic cave paintings, whispers from ancient minds reaching across tens of thousands of years, speaking of wonder, ritual, and a profound connection to the natural world. These are not distant, abstract concepts. They are tangible expressions of beings who felt, thought, and dreamed much like us. As we delve into the Neolithic Revolution, we witness the monumental shift from nomadic hunter-gatherer existence to settled agricultural communities. We see the careful tending of crops, the construction of permanent shelters, the forging of pottery, and the establishment of social structures that laid the groundwork for civilizations. We observe the choices they made, the challenges they faced, fluctuating climates, resource management, the complexities of communal living, and the innovative solutions they devised. These are not merely facts on a timeline. They are vivid glimpses into the forging of human society, the very foundations upon which our modern world is built. Consider the intricate dance of early urban centres, the rise of complex societies with their hierarchies, specialised labour, monumental architecture, and sophisticated systems of governance and belief. From the ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the pyramids of ancient Egypt, from the bustling marketplaces of the Indus Valley to the ceremonial centres of Mesoamerica, archaeology unveils the incredible diversity and complexity of human organisation. We learn of their triumphs in engineering, their advancements in writing and mathematics, their rich artistic expressions, and their profound spiritual lives. Through their ruins, we sense the vibrant pulse of their daily routines, the aspirations of their leaders, and the quiet resilience of their ordinary citizens. This journey through material culture allows us to touch, in a metaphorical sense, the very hands that shaped these worlds. We hold the fragments of their pottery. Imagine the meals cooked, the stories shared around the hearth. We trace the lines on a worn tool, envisioning the skilled artisan who crafted it, the purpose it served in their daily existence. We stand amidst the remnants of their homes, picturing families gathering, children playing, lives unfolding with the same rhythm of joy and challenge that resonates within us today. It is in these moments that the scientific rigour of archaeology transcends mere data and transforms into a powerful conduit for empathy, allowing us to feel the commonality of the human experience across vast stretches of time. The lessons gleaned from these ancient lives are not confined to dusty museum shelves or academic texts. They ripple outward, offering profound insights into the challenges and opportunities of our own contemporary world. When we study the resilience of communities that adapted to dramatic environmental shifts, we find echoes for our own struggles with climate change. When we examine the rise and fall of empires, the intricate interplay of power, resources, and social cohesion, We gain perspective on the dynamics of global politics and societal stability today. When we observe the ways ancient peoples fostered community, managed resources sustainably, or navigated conflict, we find wisdom that can inform our current paths. Archaeology, therefore, becomes a quiet mentor, whispering tales of human ingenuity and fragility across the ages. It teaches us about the impermanence of even the mightiest structures, yet also about the enduring power of human spirit, culture, and connection. It reminds us that our present is inextricably linked to our past, and that the choices we make today will, in turn, become the archaeological record for future generations. We are not merely observers of history, we are active participants in its continuous unfolding, leaving our own indelible marks upon the landscape of time. This understanding also brings with it a profound sense of responsibility. The archaeological record, though vast, is finite and fragile. It is constantly under threat from natural forces, from the relentless march of development, and tragically, from the destructive hands of looters and illicit trade. We, as a collective, hold a sacred trust to protect and preserve these irreplaceable remnants of our shared human story. This stewardship extends beyond the professional archaeologist. It is a call to each of us to recognize the immense value of cultural heritage, to advocate for its protection, and to foster a respectful curiosity for the past. Consider the quiet power of public archaeology, of community engagement, and of indigenous voices reclaiming their narratives. When descendant communities actively participate in the excavation, interpretation, and presentation of their heritage, the past truly comes alive, imbued with a depth of meaning and authenticity that no external observer could fully grasp. This collaborative spirit, this sharing of knowledge and perspective, enriches our understanding exponentially, weaving together scientific inquiry with ancestral wisdom, creating a more holistic and respectful appreciation of human history. As we look towards the future, the role of archaeology continues to evolve, embracing new technologies and methodologies, yet always grounded in its fundamental purpose, to understand the human past through its material traces. From the ever-expanding reach of space archaeology, hinting at the potential for humanity's future beyond Earth, to the immersive experiences of digital archaeology, bringing ancient worlds to life through virtual and augmented reality, the discipline is constantly innovating. Yet, at its heart, it remains an intimate, ground-level endeavour, a patient, meticulous pursuit of answers to unending questions. We are reminded, too, of the urgent challenges ahead. Climate change, a global phenomenon impacting our present, is also rapidly threatening archaeological sites worldwide, from eroding coastlines to melting permafrost. These sites, representing millennia of human adaptation and resilience, are being lost before we even have a chance to properly record and understand them. This amplifies the need for sustainable practices, for rapid response archaeology, and for a global commitment to protecting our shared heritage against these escalating threats. As you rest in this moment of quiet contemplation, allow the idea of the archaeological journey to resonate within you as an ongoing living process. It is a journey of discovery, not just of ancient cultures, but of ourselves. It is a testament to human creativity, adaptability, and the enduring quest for meaning. The archaeologists, with their meticulous methods and unwavering dedication, are the careful chroniclers, piecing together the fragments, giving voice to the voiceless, and illuminating the pathways that connect us all. They understand that every artifact, every hearth, every burial, every scattered seed is a whisper from the past, a story waiting to be heard. And in listening to these whispers, we find not just historical facts, but profound insights into the human condition itself, our capacity for love, loss, innovation, and community. We learn that while the specifics of daily life may change, the fundamental human experiences remain remarkably constant across the vast expanse of time. So, as this meditative journey draws to a gentle close, we invite you to carry this sense of wonder, this quiet curiosity, and this profound connection to the human story forward into your waking life. Let the echoes of ancient civilizations, the whispers of forgotten peoples, and the meticulous work of archaeology serve as a gentle reminder of the shared heritage that unites us all. Allow yourself to drift now, in peace and tranquility, knowing that you are a part of this grand unfolding narrative. The ground beneath your feet holds countless stories, and the air around you carries the breath of generations. Rest deeply, knowing that the past is never truly gone, but waits patiently, always to be rediscovered and understood, connecting us all in an intricate, timeless embrace. This understanding, this deep sense of belonging, is perhaps the most precious archaeological fact of all.